The book that I most enjoy at the moment is Country of Ice Cream Star by Sandra Newman, which is an incredible dystopian, sprawling book about a young girl called Ice Cream who's 15, and she lives in a kind of dystopian America where the kids have fallen prey to this disease called posies, and which means that they die when they reach the age of about 18 or 19. So it's a land totally populated by teenagers. It's amazing. The book that probably inspired the Winter trilogy the most was Mallory's Morton Arthur, which is kind of a collection of Arthurian legends. It's quite dense reading, but it's full of these kind of amazing myths that have sort of infiltrated our society to a point where you don't even necessarily realise lots of the references to them are kind of sewn in throughout popular culture. And lots of the Arthurian legends are kind of seeded throughout the Winter trilogy. In terms of Witch Finder and Witch Hunt, the book that inspired it in a very literal way was the Malleus Maleficarum, which is this absolutely terrifying manual about how to hunt and try witches. And it goes into incredible detail. But in terms of the style and the language in the book, I guess it was my love of kind of Victorian novels, things like Jane Eyre, Wuthering Heights. I think it might have been Stephen King who's written this amazing book called On Writing, and he advocates when you've finished a draft putting it away for 6 weeks in a drawer. You don't look at it. If you have any ideas, you write it on a piece of paper and you stick it in the drawer, and then when you come back to it in 6 weeks you've got a completely fresh perspective. That's something I try to do to all my books. I don't always have time. So my cake would probably be something not too sweet, maybe something with a bit of coffee in it because I'm quite a coffee addict, something quite dark and intense, maybe like a little chocolate ganache type thing with a sort of espresso flavour in it, perhaps something like that. I'm going to stretch the question a little bit and have it to include wizards, if that's okay. I have a very soft spot for Harry Potter just because I loved reading those books so much. But the person who I think is the best character and the best creation, the one that I wish I'd written, is Ged by Ursula Le Guin from the Earthsea trilogy. And it's just the most incredible sequence of books. And I think he's one of the best written wizards in literature that I know of. He's one of the most believable characters. I would like to be one of the X-Men because I think they look like they're having an awesome time. It looks like one of the most fun series to be a part of. But I'd quite like to be able to have a power like, you know, the person who can create ice from his hands or something. Maybe I would be Elsa from Frozen, actually, but ideally in the X-Men universe, so I could have a lot more kick-ass fun and be surrounded by other people